Hey everyone, welcome to another client testimonial. I've got Cristiano here, who is in the professional construction space. He's doing an incredible job, and he's kindly agreed to jump on here and give us his experience, of course, at Mastery, how he found it, that kind of stuff. Cristiano, give me a really quick, just like so people understand, like a bit of background. How do you even get into the agency space? How did it all start?
Well, I started in the agency space in 2022, and then we were prospecting all kinds of clients. So we were attending lawyers, doctors, etc. It was all a mess. And
Yeah,
then I will go like very brief because the story is so long.
go
But
for it.
then I had a partner back in the day, and I wanted to niche down. He didn't want to, so we separate. And
Good.
then I started to attend car dealerships in Brazil, but the thing is, the average the average ticket of paid media services in Brazil is like $300, $400. If you charge $500, you are like it's they consider it is a high ticket deal in Brazil. Yeah, that's the thing. So the agency space in Brazil is like very different from the US market, for example, because people in here they have like the guys that make money, they have like 200 clients with very low tickets and very low profit margins and a lot of headaches. So I
Yeah.
wanted to go a bit different. So after that, like I went to Spain because I went to do a entrepreneurship program.
Okay.
It was very nice because I kind of was mentored by the owner of an agency called Tres Dits. It is the biggest Shopify e-commerce agency in Spain. I stayed there like for 7, 8 months, and then I saw like, hey, these guys they are charging like 15,000 euro, 20,000 euro per contract per month, and I was like, these guys are charging that much, but their knowledge is the same knowledge that I have. So why I'm still like getting clients in Brazil? I know how to speak English, I know how to speak Spanish. So I started to try to prospect clients in Europe, and then it didn't work. I tried to prospect clients in the US. I was like prospecting e-commerce stores. It didn't work. And while I was doing this entrepreneurship program, I had my focus in there. So my agency started to burn because I didn't have a team. I was basically a freelancer hiring another freelancers. And so the agency got broke. And while I was there, my dad, he had a stroke, and I needed to come back to Brazil
Mm.
to assume his business because I'm a civil engineer. Like I never practiced it, but I'm a civil engineer. So I assumed the construction business of my family while my dad was bad.
Okay.
And while I was having lunch with the workers, with the crew, almost every day there was the conversation about going to the US to make money was there all the time. People were like, yeah, I have a cousin of mine, he went to the US and he got rich. Oh, I tried to go to the US, but they didn't approve my visa and etc. And then, you know, I kept this in mind. My dad, he got better. He didn't have like he got
Good.
super fine afterwards.
Perfect.
He came back to the business, and I was born to be a leader. He is also a leader, so a lot of conflicts started to happen, and I got depressed. It was last year, like beginning of last year. It was one of the worst moments in my life. I was depressed. I was thinking a lot of bad stuff. Like I was passing through a lot of shit back in the day. So I remember like we had a fight, and then I said, "Yeah, that's enough for me. I will try to do something else." And then he was
Yeah.
like very pissed because his business is going so well. Like my dad's the best, like is the most awesome case study that I ever got in touch with because he made millions within 4 years. Like he was in debt and he became rich very fast. And he couldn't understand why I wanted to leave. And he was like, "Yeah, why you want to leave this business? You have everything in your life." Like, hey, Chris, you are crazy. I'm gonna send you to the crazy people hospital and etc. I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then he was asking me like, yeah, but tell me, you are living this. What you gonna do? And then I was like, I don't know. And then he was like, yeah, you're dumb as hell. And then I was like, that really motivated me. Like
Mm.
it was one of the fuels that made me, scale my operations that fast.
Mm.
So I left, and I remember I made the surgery. I had to pass through a surgery, and while I was in the in the room that you just rest after the surgery, I remember the Wi-Fi was so bad I couldn't watch my Netflix series, and I was like, and then I remember like I just had this thought about, yeah, like maybe if I wanna get paid in dollars, in US dollars, maybe I can work with Brazilians who are in the US, because I remember like a lot of people, a lot of the workers in my family's business, they were talking about going to the US. And then I started, to research the market, just ask ChatGPT a bunch of stuff, and I discovered that there was a lot of Brazilians in the US. And most of them, they were working in the construction. They were
Okay.
working in the home service space in general. And then I discovered how to call to the US. I was on Google, on Google Maps,
Yep.
searching for business, and then I started to call the leads. When it was the 10th call, I could I was talking to this guy, and then I realized that his accent was probably a Brazilian accent. I was like, "Hey, do you speak Portuguese, maybe?" And then the guy was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." Then I was like, "Perfect." And then I sat a meeting with this guy. Like 2 days after that, I closed the most expensive deal of my life, because I was used to sell $300 a month contracts, and then I closed a deal just to do social media for 1,400. And then after that, I discovered my path. I was like, yeah, man, like this is what I need to like. This is the thing that I really need to go all in, and everything is gonna be fine. So yeah, like the
I
the
love that.
first two the first two
That's such
months
a good
of the
story.
agency.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
such a great story. How did you find out about CCM in the first place? How did you even find out about us? Can you remember?
So yeah, this is a very funny thing, because I started like the first problem that I needed to solve in my business was, how can I generate quality leads for my clients? And then I discovered how to solve this problem. I was generating quality leads for my client, but as I was working with mostly small companies, some medium companies, these guys, they didn't have enough English fluency in order
Mm.
to book appointments, in order to sell in the client's home. Uh, and then we were like, many agencies, they pass through this issue, and then I was sending leads to them, and they were not converting any
Yep.
leads.
Yep.
And then I was like, fuck, I need to, like, I really need, like, at that point, I was like, I really need to discover a way to deliver my clients one more step in their sales funnel. I need to put someone to pick up the phone for them and, manage their booking, manage their leads. And I tried to do this by myself, and I was like, yeah, no fucking way. But then one day, I had a client that he was doing just Google Guaranteed with me, but then he was working with another guy, which I referred to enter this, I referred him to enter the call center mastery. Uh, but this client was pissed, like, yeah, I'm not getting results from you guys and blah blah blah. But he was having calls, but he didn't know how to talk to the leads in the phone.
Of course.
Then he was like, yeah, this other agency that works with me, they are way better than you guys, because they even attend the leads for me. They even talk to the leads for me. They book. And I was like, yeah. Who? And by the way, who is this guy? So at that point, I I already have found call center mastery, because I started to search, and I don't know, I don't remember how, but I did find call center mastery. But then I was like, yeah, like maybe this is not like, when you procrastinate the
Of
decision.
course,
I
of
didn't
course.
even book a call. And then I discovered who was the guy. I called him, and then he was like, yeah, like I implemented a call center and my life changed. I saw like I'm part of a group, and then a guy who is you teached in the group
Who was
about
it?
how to be Ricardo.
Oh, yeah, I know Ricardo. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
the guy from Dominican Republic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, I know Ricardo. Yeah.
exactly. So, and then he was like, yeah, I implemented a call center. And I was like, yeah, I discovered it. And then I was like, oh man, that's very nice to hear because I even found a guy who teaches how to build a call center. His name is Aaron Darkan, and he was like, yeah, this is the guy. This is the guy that created a module inside. I don't remember which course was it,
I've
but
done
you
it for a
created.
few. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then I was like, yeah, man, this is it. I also went to your landing page. I found the guys who were in the testimonials, and then I found them on Instagram, and then I was also asking for recommendations and stuff because like at that time I was making like my revenue was at like 8 to 10K max.
Mm,
So paying $6,000 for a mentorship, like it was something from another world for me. Like
mm,
I couldn't believe it was that price, so I was very upon the fence to take the
yeah.
decision. But like God gave peace in my heart, and I was like, yeah, man, like let's go for it. I entered the call center, and like was the best decision business wise in this agency that I made since I started.
Wow.
My
I love that.
conversion rates increased a lot. My churn rate decreased. My LTV increased. The amount, the AOV, like how much I charge my clients, increased. So every single key metric in my business improved after implementing the call center.
I love that, man. That's so good, dude. Dude, that's thank you. Like I know like it's I'm so glad that it works. Like I also know it works, but it's one of the things where it's when I first built it, I was so worried that it wouldn't be good enough. Because it's always one of even when I've built all these modules from EasyGo, like I was saying earlier, and like when I'm making the modules, I'm like, this isn't. I'm like, people already know this stuff. This isn't good enough. Like, but then I give it to people, and they're like, no, this is really good, and I'm like, but it's that bias where you think everyone knows what you know. So when I first built it all out, I was like, everyone already knows this stuff. What am I even doing? And then it worked. People get results. I'm like, this is great. So I'm so glad it worked for you, man. Did you? Obviously, like you said, you reached out to the people doing the testimonials, and obviously, like you said, the money was a lot for you at the time. What did you have any fears or worries? Did you have anything that you were really like kind of concerned about?
Um, Actually, the only concern that I had, because I went through the testimonials and I knew people were getting results from your knowledge. The only thing I was concerned is it was about the money, like because back in the day, the most expensive mentorship course I ever purchased was like $400 max,
Mm.
like for sure. And then my only concern was like $6,000 going out of my bank account at the time, but
Well, the
I
price has gone up
discovered
since.
that.
The price has gone up since. It's lucky that you it's lucky you joined the school. Lucky you didn't procrastinate
Yeah,
for too long. Oh, you've had to pay more. No,
yeah,
that's good, man. How hard did you find to build it all out? Because if I remember correctly, you actually have people in. Do you have people like in Brazil in your office? Um,
yeah,
yeah. How
yeah.
that most people have it online, right? So you've done like you've got a physical call center, which I love. How hard did you find to build it all out? Following the videos, how did you find it all?
Uh, yeah, like at the beginning was like very, very hard to me because I wasn't like I can consider myself as a tech savvy person nowadays, but back in the days I didn't know how make worked. I didn't know how
Mm,
automation worked. But then, after 2 days of watching the classes, everything was fine. And, with the coaching calls, everything gets super easy. And now, call center mastery helped me within the call center itself, but also helped me when it comes to automation knowledge, because knowing
Mm,
about automations is a superpower. So if like you guys who will watch this video, you think like, yeah, this is just about building a call center. No, it's also about developing a very powerful skill, which is automations, etc.
yeah, I love that. It's something that I don't push on enough. Like people don't. The call center is the front end, but people you learn so much more than just call center stuff. There's so much more to it than that. And I think I don't do a good enough job on my ads and my content. I don't make enough content as it is, but I don't do enough job on that side of things to really show people like what you can learn, which is it's a downside to me. I should do a better job of that, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. And so, what were some of your favorite parts? What did you enjoy the most out of it all?
What did I enjoy the most? Uh, Honestly,
Go on, be
I
honest. Let's be
enjoyed to
honest.
see I enjoyed to see my business growing faster than everybody else. Like that was what I enjoyed. And I enjoyed the fact that I could create, because another very important thing to say is the fact that I had this mindset, this fucking Brazilian mindset that, you know, having an agency is about focusing on selling. And people in Brazil, they work like they live by their commercial team, from their commercial team. Like they have like shitty churn rates, they have shitty LTV, they're
Mm,
like most of the guys who are making money, they're scammers. And they had this mindset like, hey, I need to focus on selling, I need to put a lot of clients and people will leave, and that's super fine. But I did that and people were leaving, and it wasn't nice. It
it's
sucked
horrible.
because I
It's
couldn't,
horrible.
like, it's horrible to have a piece client sending you messages wanting refunds and stuff. I was like, yeah, man, that's not the right way to go.
Nope.
And I thought it was impossible to deliver kick-ass results to the clients in like working as an agency. And after that, like after implementing the call center, I changed my mindset. And when I show my operations to my Brazilian agency owner friends, they get crazy. They are like, oh, this is supernatural. Oh man, you could you could solve the biggest agency problem that we have, like, because nobody in Brazil have a call center.
Exactly.
Nobody.
That's exactly it.
Nobody.
Yeah, we should refer them. Make some money. Refer them to me. But it's so true. No one like when I first started my agency, I felt like a scammer as well. Like when I didn't know what I was doing, I was new. I'd sign clients up, and that's the mentorship I bought originally was about sales. It was like, hey, we're gonna teach you how to sell. I was like, great. And I'd sign up a client, and the next month they'd leave. Sign up a client, and it was like I realized that when the clients actually stay, that's when you make money. That's when you actually start to make money.
Exactly, brother. Like, not like I went to the US beginning of this year, and whenever I'm there, I visit some clients to get testimonials and stuff. And meeting your clients and hearing things
Mm.
such as, Chris, like, there was a client, I swear, brother, there was a client. He invited me to go to a barbecue in his house, and they treated me like a prince. They were like, yeah, this is the man. All of his family was in the barbecue, and he was like, yeah, you see this guy? This guy is the man. This guy, like, God sent this guy to us. You see this truck? You see that truck outside? It was because of him that I could buy that truck. And I was like,
Don't
fuck,
that just,
man.
don't that just warm your heart? Don't that just warm your heart? Like that's such a nice
Man,
thing.
this is 1,000 times better than
Oh,
seeing a payment in your Stripe account. Like,
yeah, dude,
I don't
dude.
get that dopamine, like the dopamine shot when I see Stripe payments anymore. But I do get when I see my clients having kick-ass results, my clients
Mm.
like saying good stuff about me and my company and testimonies and stuff. Like, this is what warms my heart at the end of the day.
Yeah, dude. So I had a similar like so when I was at the high level event recently. I met a couple of clients that were there, and it's like when you're meeting with your clients and you're having a drink with them, and they're like one of the clients kept being like, He was really nice. He just kept being like, dude, like the stuff I've learned in your freaking program, blah blah blah, like really nice things. Like, and it's just like, oh, it's genuinely warm. Like, it's so nice, like to actually have
Yeah,
something that adds value to someone else, and you've helped society. You know, like it's really nice. Dude, I fucking
let me make your heart even warmer, because Aaron, I believe like I believe that in the info product space, there is like is rare to find a good content in a course in a mentorship, but it's way more rare to find a content that really changes someone's life. Because I've watched a lot of good courses and they helped me. I got knowledge from the course. But the only course that I can truly say that really changed my life, like from this level to that level, was your mentorship. Like 100%, 100%. Like
gonna make me cry, man.
I, yeah, like bro, I was the first one to solve a problem in a whole niche. Like there is a whole niche. There is like millions of Brazilians who have construction companies in the US, but when they're starting out, they work as subcontractors. So big American companies hire them. Like big American companies sell projects, sell kitchen remodeling projects, etc., and they subcontract my clients. And most like these guys who are subcontracting my clients, they get like 40, 50% off the value just because of the sale, and they get pissed, but they cannot do anything about that because they depend on these big companies. So I was the first one who could create a service that allowed them to get direct customers without relying on referrals and subcontracting. I was the first one to do that because it was impossible. Nobody, like there was a lot of people working my niche, but everybody was selling leads. But these
Mm,
guys, they don't have like four, five, $6,000 a month to pay a secretary, to pay an appointment setter, and they barely speak English sometimes. The ones that do speak English, they don't have that English fluency, you know? So with call center mastery, you changed my life and made me change my client's life as well. So it is like an umbrella, you know, you
yeah,
pass your knowledge to me. And because of that, I made more money and I'm making tons of money for my clients too. And another thing is the fact that since 1 month ago, I became CMO of a very big company, which is American Shower Glass. They are listed in Inc. 5000 list. They are growing super fast. They are at 30 million a year revenue. And I closed this deal because the guy, he loved the idea about building a call center to attend all of his locations, to centralize the the booking appointment part of his business in just one place, because it is all a mess right now. There is some guys that do a good work, the other guys they do a shitty work, and we're gonna centralize it. And you know, it is the biggest contract of my life. And yeah, man, like enough said.
yeah, dude, that's
I,
fucking
I hope your heart is on fire right now.
yeah, dude. It is, man. I just love it, man. It actually makes me realize like I need to do a better job on the ads, not for me to make more money, but for me to get more people in call center market. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I need to do more. I need to do better because it does change lives, and you've woken me up to that. So I appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
so good. Yeah,
Look,
thank you, dude.
like when I was in call center mastery, I don't remember if I don't know if you remember it, but my office was small, my office was ugly, and now, man, I have a
Oh,
very beautiful
that's
office.
a lovely office. That's a sick office.
Yeah, there is like it is 2 floors. There is another room. There is a room just for the call center. You know, I have a really call center in place. My team is internal.
I love that,
So
man.
yeah, man, like
So good, brother. It's so freaking good. And how do your appointment setters find the program? Like, well, obviously, I mean for the program, but how do they find the calling? Is it easy for them? How do your appointment setters find it?
uh, very easy. Like when I'm finding appointment setters, I measure like the things that I really consider before hiring an appointment setter are just to feel like I just need to know if they have a very good English fluency
Yep.
and if they need money, because I pay them on commissions. If they have these two and they have a clear communication, they're hired because the system is super simple. They don't need to be tech savvy. With hot prospector and everything, they just need to open the dialer and start dialing. And like they don't
Love that,
need,
man.
especially in my niche, they don't need to be sales masters in order to book appointments. So it's pretty easy to find appointment setters. Like I steal English teachers from English schools here in Brazil because like they
They make
have
a lot more money with you,
shitty.
probably. They probably make a lot more
Huh?
money. They probably make a lot more money
Yeah, yeah,
than
double,
yeah. Dude,
double.
that's and so I guess the big question as well is obviously you said you were at like 8 to 10K beforehand. What kind of revenue are you hitting now? Where are you at?
This month, well, we are in the last day of this month. I still need to wait for my night's Stripe payments, but we will probably hit 117K this month.
On 100, 117?
17, yeah.
Wow. 100. Wow. So you've gone from, dude, that's fucking so good. Wow. That's really,
Yeah, man. Like
really good.
and I entered yeah, it was in less than a year ago. I entered in the call center mastery in November of last year. And yeah, man, like so I could make 10 times more money within 1 year.
Yeah, that's
And
fucking insane.
the
So
thing that
good.
like one of the things that really helped me was this mentorship. And another thing I really would like to mention in this conversation we are having is like I was the only one to implement a call center in my niche. And you know a lot of people they try to copy me. A lot of people they tried to copy me and they couldn't copy me. They didn't know how to, they wouldn't know how to do that. So I started to sell my call center as white label to other
Okay.
agencies. So there I have five. Yeah, I have five competitors. Yeah, they're competitors. I have five competitors using my call center,
Wow.
and
Okay. So you're like, it's
I
kind of
I,
like
I
a team
changed
follow-up.
their
It's like a,
business as well.
yeah. Dude, it's like, that's what I used to do. That's how I got into the call center space. I used to have a white label call center. So you basically just like copied the same. That's sick. That's so good, man. I love that. That's great.
Yeah,
Dude, you're absolutely
exactly.
crushing it. You're absolutely crushing it, man. The final thing I'll say is, if anyone's on the fence and if they're not convinced already, hopefully they are, but if they're not convinced already after watching this video, what would you say to recommend people into CCM?
Yeah, the only reason that would explain you who is watching this video to not enter in call center mastery is if you hate making more money, you hate seeing your clients more happy, you hate seeing your LTV increasing, you hate your conversion rate increasing, you rate your churn rate decreasing. If you hate all of this, then don't enter. If you like more or less any of these things, don't think twice, bro. Just go for it.
Love that. That's great. That's so good, dude. Chris, man, thank you so much for jumping on and doing this. Massively, massively appreciate it. And yeah, man, it's gonna be. I'm excited for your success, man. Keep crushing it, okay? You're doing such a great job. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's go for it. Thank you,
Thanks, man.
Aaron.
Bye now.
Thanks for everything.
No worries.